be very honest, there are just two spectacular Jaguars that I can remember. The first is the E-Type, but its story is from decades ago. The second is the XJ220, Jaguar's first supercars and one of the first supercars to actually break the 300 km/h barrier. Now after that, Jaguar fell on hard times. It even came close to seeing bankruptcy. But then came the XK, a two-door sports coupe that resurrected Jaguar and put it back on the automotive map. It was soon followed by the XF, a four-door saloon that finally drove customers running back into the showrooms. And now, thanks to Tata Motors, the XF is here in India. Don't just switch on an XF. You wait for it to come to life. Every work of art inside this interior has a life and meaning all of its own. And it wakes up in this dramatic spectacle.
I think the XF is one of the most disappointing designs to come out of Jaguar's design studio based at Coventry. Now Coventry is this university town and it's full of young, incredibly hot and these gorgeous women who spend most of their time roaming around Coventry dressed in short skirts. Absolutely gorgeous, yet so distracting. I know because I have been there. I walked right past Jaguar's design studios and I know it's no place to study anything. So I really can't blame the designers for forgetting to incorporate design details such as those sharp rakish headlamps that we saw on the CXF concept, or taking the easy way out and slapping on an Aston Martin butt onto the rear of the Jaguar XF. I mean, I'd do the same if I was in their place.
Cabin though is top class, a perfect blend of old school British gentleman's club and 21st century technology. I even expected it to have a fireplace. And to further set the right mood, it had to have a spectacular sound system, courtesy British hi-fi specialist Bowers and Wilkin.
It's such a spectacular interior that I want to shift my laptop and my desk right inside this cabin and not go to work at all.
The chassis and suspension of the XF has been derived from the XK and the old S-type Jaguars. It's not new and it's certainly not contemporary, but it is adequate. But under this hood, there's an all-new 5-litre V8 engine. And it's good for about 320 PS of max power and about 510 Newton meters of max torque. That propels this car to speeds of 250 km/h. It's limited electronically, but it does a 0 to 100 sprint in 7.2 seconds.
While the Jag's V8 experience is totally mental, its aural notes are what set this car apart from most others in the country. The exhaust has in fact been tuned to deliver a full-bodied roar. It's a note that makes you go in search of the nearest tunnel to hear it echo.
In the city, the XF is a fairly simple car to drive. Steering is light, it's a very nimble car and maneuverability is fantastic. So moving past crowded city streets is a breeze. But when you come across some twisties, when you're out on the expressway, the XF is not that composed. The suspension is soft, there is some amount of body roll and there is understeer. And that does not give it planted dynamics. The problem I think is that there is a wave of power and torque that's available almost instantaneously, rocketing this car to speeds of about 200 km/h in a flash. And neither of those appreciable performance characters are complemented by a very dynamic chassis. This full-fat V8 ensures you're not going to get too many kilometers to the litre of premium unleaded. But I guarantee every litre burnt will make an intense driving experience. The XF is neither as spacious or as frugal as the Mercedes E-Class or the BMW 5 Series. But that is not its intent. It wants to be dramatic, it wants to hog the spotlight, and it wants to be the headline. Buying the XF is not about being practical, it's about being exclusive, and it's all about being special. Here's what I think of the XF. Don't. And I don't mean that in a negative sense. What I mean to say is, don't think, just get out there and buy one today. Because at around 64 lakh rupees, the XF is an absolute steal. In fact, buy it, drive it, enjoy it, and then hoard it, and wait for the next generation to reap its benefits. Because you never know when another wave or the next generation of such spectacular Jaguars may come back again.